Night repossession relies on a simple strategy: operate in the dark, take the vehicle while the owner sleeps, and avoid human contact at all costs. Because of that, the industry has one unwritten rule: if you pull up to an address at 2 a.m. and the owner is standing in the driveway, awake and smiling, you do not get out of your truck. Last October, outside Ashtabula, Ohio, I broke that rule, and whatever waved me into the barn that night is still riding with me. When you prioritize a full fee over your basic survival instincts, I grabbed my tow bar and my flashlight and followed him. The order came through the dispatch app at 1:17 a.m., a 2008 Camry, 3 months behind. The notes were highly specific. Owner is elderly male, lives alone, non-violent. The GPS routed me 20 miles past the last functional streetlight. The target was a Route 6 farmhouse set back a quarter mile from the road, completely swallowed by dark cornfields. As my headlights swept the gravel driveway, they hit him. An elderly man in blue overalls. He was standing at the end of the drive, giving me these big, slow, friendly waves. He walked right up to my window. He didn't ask for ID, and he didn't argue. He just told me he'd been expecting me, said the car was in the barn, and waved for me to follow. A cooperative owner at 2 a.m. is a statistical impossibility. In a place this isolated, that level of compliance suggests the standard rules of the job have been discarded. Stepping inside that barn immediately felt wrong. It was pitch black, and it didn't smell like hay or farm animals. It smelled like wet dirt, like old pennies and blood left in the rain. My flashlight caught the Camry in the back corner, hidden under a tarp. I pulled the cover back. The glass was totally pristine, far too clean for a dirt floor barn. The old man stood right by the driver's door, completely ignoring me, just staring at the car. He murmured that she loved the car, that she drove it every day to her job at the diner. I hooked my wheel lift to the front axle and started cranking. That's when I heard a soft, muffled thump. It came from inside the closed trunk. I froze and looked at the old man. He was still smiling, but his eyes were watering. He just nodded slowly and whispered that she was sleeping and that I shouldn't wake her. You have a pristine vehicle sitting in a rotting space, accompanied by impossible statements from a man who should be fighting you. At that exact moment, the baseline reality of a standard repossession shatters entirely. I walked to the window and shined my light inside. The back seat held a faded pink child's car seat. It was empty, but the safety harnesses were fully buckled and pulled tight, strapped around nothing. I popped the trunk with my Slim Jim. Nothing inside but a spare tire and a folded baby blanket. I slammed the trunk shut and finished the hookup. When I stood back up, the old man was gone. The barn was completely empty. No footsteps leading out into the dirt, no rustling in the corn. He simply vanished. I jumped into my cab and sprayed gravel pulling out of that driveway. I didn't hit the brakes until I reached the harsh fluorescent lights of a Route 20 gas station, 15 miles away. I checked my rearview mirror to make sure the Camry was secure on the flatbed. Sitting in the towed car's driver's seat, smiling, was the old man. He slowly turned his head, looked right at me, and waved. I had driven 15 miles. I had crossed county lines, but as he looked through my back window, I realized that the distance hadn't actually separated us. By 4 a.m., the car was sitting in a Cleveland lot. The next morning, I walked into the well-lit safety of the local sheriff's office to file the mandatory retrieval paperwork. When I mentioned the Route 6 address, the deputy stopped typing. He told me it was the old Miller place. Robert Miller had been found dead, hanging in that exact barn 3 years prior. The same week Miller died in 2019, his 24-year-old daughter and 4-year-old granddaughter vanished. The daughter worked at the local diner. Their 2008 Camry was never found. The deputy pulled up the official case file and showed me a photograph. It was a man in blue overalls, Robert Miller, the exact same man who had waved me in the night before. It's easy to blame fatigue for a bad night, but a sheriff's case file is a permanent record. Seeing Robert Miller's face in that folder ended any hope that I'd simply imagine the man in the driveway. That paper trail was terrifying, but there was one final piece of physical evidence. My own tow truck runs an infrared interior dashcam on a continuous loop. I checked the recording from 2:13 a.m., right when I first pulled into the driveway. While I was outside talking to the old man, the camera caught a little girl in a pink sweater. She was strapped into my truck's passenger seat, looking directly at the lens, waving. I switched strictly to day shifts after that. But just last week, as I was driving down Route 6 in the afternoon sun, I looked over at the farmhouse. The old man was standing at the end of the driveway, smiling and waving. Professional boundaries are there for a reason. Ignoring them for a paycheck can tether you to a passenger that never intends to get out of the car.